I'm generally waiting for you to go to the police. I'm waiting for anyone to go to the police, seriously, because I happily will go to court.
TikTok's most notorious Lolcow keeps getting worse, and I have no clue how. Elphaba is a TikTok live stain, and no matter how many times you wipe it, it'll never go away. And the past few weeks on the internet with her have only exemplified that. Losing a rag and screaming on her TikTok live to thousands, faking illnesses and disorders for sympathy, begging for attention and for gifts so that she can make her life seem more influencery. She's got it all. And genuinely, I have no clue how she's still online. So everyone, welcome or welcome back. I am Jake Baz, and I've got yet another installment of TikTok's worst social media beggar, liar, and scammer, Elphaba. To those who don't know her, Elphaba is your saddest attempt at an influencer personified. Over the course of the years, she's only got more desperate for money and attention, and whatever that she's caught out in these scams and lies that she does, instead of actually apologising, what she does is she saves face, she goes and hides away, and then she has a massive blow off top like this.
I have gone insane. And it's turned me insane, TikTok. It has ruined me. And it has f***ing destroyed me. And I cannot escape it.
Totally normal Crashout to say that someone's gone and said that your toast is burning in a toaster. And today we have another form of the ultimate exemplification of terrible. She put on all of the green and the wig, pretended to be Elphaba the Witch, and went over to the Wicked premiere, bragging about how Ariana Grande recognised her. And yeah, I'm sure Ariana Grande knows who she is. Hollywood would truly be proud of her acting skills there. Once again, lying about her mental health conditions and also trying to deflect away from all of the scamming and dramas that she's done in the past, trying to absolve any form of accountability. Despite herself saying that she's got terrible hygiene and she can't look after herself, for some reason she's gone and got a cat, and that's been its own scandal. Pissy floors, fleas flying absolutely everywhere around the gaff, and refusing to look after it in any way possible. Her amazing rendition of Why She's Not Racist, it's a belter, and the usual Crashouts, deception and delusion. So basically a normal week for Elphaba. So these vids take ages to make, so if you do enjoy at any point, please do hit the like button and subscribe if you're not. It would help me out so much, and I would love to have you back so we can cover more social media scandal. And I think the perfect way to start off with this is talking about how she thinks that she's not racist. There's been multiple problems in the past, like for example, she said that an Indian man was called a poo because he was being annoying with her, and her only defense at that point was really, well, it looks like him, doesn't it? No, I don't think it does. But as I said, she's had a lot of problems with trying to face up and react to the reality that she is in fact just a problem that is racist. And over here, she's here talking about how she actually isn't.
Bitch, I've had black. I'm not racist. There you go. That's the opposite of racist, babe. I'll tell you that. Next.
Well, there we are. Ultimate shutdown for everything. We can all just go home because we know that she isn't racist. I also find it funny here, she hasn't even recognised to herself that, well, yeah, there are more than one race, so just saying that you've had a black, that thing up here, it doesn't mean that you are. I think we've got a little bit to work on here, Elphaba, before you can actually say things like that.
Well, you call me racist. I mean, well, I'm just going to say how it is, do you know what I mean?
I'm not racist. I've had one experience with someone who isn't the same colour as me. Ignore all them things you've seen in the past because it doesn't matter. She's right. Let's move on. I guess all of them scandals around it in the past mean absolutely nothing when you've had one experience. And staying on that same topic of sexual experiences, well, Elphaba's got this thing where she loves to talk about how everyone fancies her and loves her. Bit of a reach if you ask me, but it's also a way for her to deflect on all of the issues because she's got no issues at all with finding people that care for her and love her. But not purely that, on Grindr, she is absolutely swimming in it.
No, you'd be surprised, babe. You'd be surprised. I get a lot of people. I get over like 500 taps on Grindr. Sometimes that's just one day. I'm popular. Very popular.
She's so popular. She's way more popular than all of you lot. So can you move along? I get so much attention from men and women. Like, I'm a straight man, but I'm pretty sure that I know and have been told by some of my gay friends that being on Grindr is actually quite an easy experience to get hookups with people. So although I am a little bit conscious of that's definitely not true in the 500 taps a day for like 500 people, that is swimming in it. But ultimately, that getting attention on Grindr is not really something to, brag about to that extent.
That's where I go if I feel insecure. I'm like, well, I get cool, fucking beautiful and sexy from so many men on them. I'm like, Sure. Slay. Sure, I can literally show you my taps right now. Oh, there, hold on.
Elphaba is quite an insecure person, and she tends to go to projection, where she will say she's either the best or the worst at something. And what she's doing here is exactly that. Yeah, you get called beautiful. Yeah, that must be good for your ego. But also, what does this have to do with anything, really? Is this just yet another insecurity from her coming out into the woodwork?
I'm not like you. Girl, like, so stop lying to me. Clock it. Put clock it in the chat. This is my new thing now because I have the nails, so I'll say it. Clock it. I'll clock the Thank you. Leave me alone. I can get daddies and you can't. Stop being jealous. Okay?
Well, as a man who likes females and also a man who definitely doesn't want a daddy, I think I'm fine. And I mean, just because I'm a hater, it doesn't mean that I want daddies like you. But also, what is it with her always going on whenever she goes on lives, doing these new little gimmicks? Like, she always gets green hearts in the chat, she always gets purple hearts in the chat, and now she's got click on the haters. That's gonna catch on, innit? In fact, I might start using that. I might just rip her off and then she will be humbled.
Being honest, and if I get your husband, I'm sorry, I'll get his money as well. But anyway.
Does Elphaba really think that she's gonna steal the husbands of people that are watching her on a TikTok live? I mean, I see her snort, cough and fart on every single stream almost every day, so why would anyone want to be around that? There's certain courtesies to this job, you know, this social media thing, and I don't think picking your nose is one of them.
Check your grinder. No, check your husband's phone a lot. You should. I'm not lying. Anyway.
Right, so if there's any women watching, I do think that you should all go and check your husband's phone to see if Grindr's on there, because Elphaba might be in the DMs, and she might not have only done that. She might be in your house right now, ruining your entire family home. She's that attractive that everyone runs away at the first opportunity when they see her. She's that fit. But unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to be taking up this whole Grindr nonsense, and if I did, I don't think I'd be cleaning up like her, and I don't think anyone else would as well. But anyway, on to more serene topics, because what Elphaba has done very recently is she's got a cat. Now, let me just remind you that this is someone who has said themselves that they really struggle with their own hygiene. Also, someone who has been caught on loads of lives just having loads of trash just absolutely everywhere, rotting the gaff up so many Domino's pizzas. And currently, if I'm correct, she's either staying at a homeless shelter or she's staying at one of her friends. So really, really nice of her to go and get a cat, especially when the landlord has said yes. But as you'd imagine, for someone who struggles with their own hygiene and has said that themselves, having a cat is not what it's all made up to be. To the point where once she actually went and got the cat, she was worried because she's actually scared of it.
Alright, it's okay.
I'm not gonna lie, I've never seen anyone stroke a cat with such tentativeness, almost like they're fucking scared of the thing.
I'm not scared of her. Oh. I'm not that scared of her. I'm just very wary of her surroundings, because she's quite, if you touch me, I'll scratch you vibe.
Well, she's probably you touch me, I'll scratch you vibe because you've harboured an environment that allows that. Like this note says here, maybe you shouldn't have had multiple people in your room yesterday while the cat was trying to settle in, but of course it's all about you. She's had it only a couple of days. It takes well over a week for a cat to acclimatise to an area, and it takes months for them to be comfortable within it. I also just noticed as well, she read a comment that said that the cat looks scared, and then she's answered as if she's the cat. No, Elphaba, you're the wicked witch of TikTok, which I can't wait to cover later.
She's quite, if you touch me, I'll scratch you vibe. Without her consent, she has to be really content and very calm approach. So I approach her in a calm, like, I have to be calm without them. So my cats can get overstimulated and stroke too much. Yeah, same.
I'm starting to think that she actually thinks she's a cat at this point. Yeah, I get overstimulated when I get stroked too much as well. My main question there is who's going into her house and who's stroking her?
Oh, you are the sweetest. Oh, she's just special.
Well, that makes both the cat and the owner quite a special breed. So she's scared of the cat. Well done. This is great. This is a great start to a nice new relationship. But obviously, it gets 20 times as worse from here. Because from all of the stuff that I'm seeing from it, it seems like the cat is getting the exact same attention as what Elphaba has, which is really lacking in hygiene. Remember as well, cats are very hygienic animals. So this must not only be bad, it must be stressful for the actual cat. cat. Starting off with the unfortunate situation of the litter tray.
Guarantee you, I'll show you myself. It's not in the bad litter tray now. But she's gonna have fresh litter tray tomorrow, aren't you, my love? Yes, you are, because you like to a lot, don't you? You like to for England.
Yeah, I don't know if anyone's told her yet, but she's a cat. It's kind of what they do, and if they're indoor cats, that's especially what they do. At least there's a little bit of a bonding moment to come.
If I blame you like me, I got IBS, so don't worry, I feel that. You're not alone.
You're not alone in this, you cat. It's me as well, because I've got IBS. Realistically, it just shows how up her own arse she is, that even when she's actually getting rid of in a litter tray, she would still manage to turn it on herself. But the actual problem is the state of the litter tray.
Right, I'm showing you the litter tray. Everyone's mine. It's not even terrible. It's got a lot of piss in it, but no more shit. It's been cleaned tomorrow anyway, so yeah.
And like, may I just remind you that you are at this point watching with 700 other viewers, her zooming in on a litter tray and doing it as a show off like she's got something good to show. I don't know if she wanted validation from people to see that, oh yeah, look, I am looking after the cat, because she's not been doing it. But it's baffling, and I guess I'm gonna have to blur it just in case, but the state of it is disgusting. Because for me, it's not only that it's a very pissy litter tray, very clearly to me, which is fine, which is fair. Cats do have a lot of wheeze. That's nothing wrong. But also, just that she's taken the poo out of it, and now there's barely anything in it. Like, as I've been looking after a kitten, I've seen that you have to give them a lot of room to move and kick about and hide stuff in there. She's literally done like a paper thin lining on the bottom for it and called it a day. How's that going to soak up all the wee? How's that going to help in any way? It just looks like you're just not doing what you should be. This is going to cause stress to the cat. It's going to upset it. And it's also something that, why wouldn't you do that in general? Like, of course you need to do that. Like, of course it needs enough room so that it can hide its own shit, because otherwise it'll just start pissing everywhere. And well, it ended up doing so.
I think she's actually spraying because she's in heat, so I don't think because she is using a litter tray, she doesn't stop using it. I'm confused if it was my piss or her piss, I'm not gonna lie to you, because it was in the bathroom.
Well, first off, if the cat is spraying, that's definitely something that you'd be able to tell because it's a very pungent odour, and also it doesn't really look like a big streak of piss, does it? But then also, just the way that she's like, well, it's in the bathroom, so it might be mine, it might be yours. Why are you sharing all of this? Like, why does anyone on your live want to know whether you or the cat has had a wee on the floor? If you've done it, you should have wiped it up and not said anything about it, but she doesn't. How do you not get embarrassed about this situation? I don't get it.
I don't know. Now, don't even ask me, why would you think it's your piss? Well, I don't know. Maybe I actually had a shit and I pissed and it just flew out of the lid like that, and I was like, oh shit. It can happen, you know, unfortunately.
She has a way with words that sometimes is just absolutely amazing. Why is she insulted by that, though? What do you mean? I can't do this anymore. So she wants to take the blame off herself for being a perfect person by saying the cat went into the toilet, went to the corner of the toilet at the front of it, and then had a wee there. I think it's more than likely going to be that Elphaba's had a little ickle accident, and that is exactly why it looks like that. But don't worry, it obviously gets worse because, well, first off, let's talk about fleas. Elphaba has had hygiene problems in the past. She has had fleas in her house, which, yeah, when she didn't even have a pet, that is really baffling. But she's also had scabies. She's had everything under the sun. And at first I thought this was a meme, but it's genuinely true. She had fleas in her house with this cat, which shows the level of hygiene that she's keeping up to, like she said she is.
Elphaba had a flea on his bed.
Here we are.
So if you didn't notice, because it is quite hard to spot in this, I will point them out to you, but definitely she did have fleas in her house at this point, and the cat is living there, which is great. When apparently it's already been fleaed and dewormed and everything like that, it's really setting up the status. But how does she have so many instances like this where she has like scabies? She has loads and loads of things like this all the time. I've never had one, but yet this is how it is. But if you notice in the white circle, you will see it disappear. As you can see, one moment it's there, one moment it's not. It just flies away. So it definitely is a flea, and there's a couple in the background as well. It seems to be just swamped in it, and the poor cat having to deal with this because it's not only a disgusting thing in your own household, it's also really embarrassing to see. She said so many times she won't look after her own hygiene, and well, you've got it point and centre there with her not treating her poor cat. So I already feel like I've already seen quite a few forms of like neglect, if we can say that, in this current situation with a cat, and obviously obviously it just keeps getting worse and more desperate. I'm sure when you get your own indoor cat, you sort of expect to have to clean the litter tray because, well, that's the only place they're going, but apparently to Elphaba, it gives her the ick, so why would you do it?
Put a bin bag in the litter tray, but then also like scoop it up once it's done. So she's, but then there's litter on top of the bin bag, so then I can just go like that. Yeah, because that just saves so much ass time. Yeah, I think that will help me a lot, to be honest, because that's what stresses me out, just pouring it out. That's what really just gives me the ick.
Pouring out litter is what gives you the ick. Okay, well, right. So getting a litter tray, turning it sideways to pour it into a bin is too much for her because it gives her the ick. Are you hearing this, alright? She has asked and wanted and got a cat, and this is how she's reacting within a week. You can get cat litter tray liners, what she's on about, but they are really hard to clean, and that's kind of the problem because you can change a litter tray like once a week as long as you keep it well scooped and everything sorted. But you also need to put at least more than 5 grains of litter in, and she's not doing that either.
It's the, like, instead of just like going, I could do that easy. Black bags will be a suffocation risk. Huh? I don't think she can get suffocated. What?
I mean, let's be honest, they're just trying to dog on her for no reason. This is what I don't like with some of Elphaba's stuff, the fact that so many people just go and dog on her no matter what. Like, cat litter tray bags do exist. We tried them. They don't work, in my opinion. But also, it's just something that you're just trying to get on her for no reason. Let's sit with the actual stuff that she's doing, the actual neglect. Let's not talk about how she might suffocate a cat if she's got a bin bag in there. The cat will very easily just scratch through it. But it's taken away from the actual point that she's saying it gives her the ick and it wastes so much time to change a litter tray. It takes, 5 minutes to do? Not like she's also sat on TikTok live for 24 hours a day just begging for gifts.
Right, let me just put everything in the fridge and then I'm going to go back out and buy the cat litter. Let me just have a drink and... stressful. Let me just have something to eat and then I've got over an hour. I just need yogurt and energy to give me motivation, like, you know what I mean, because I feel weak. Haven't eaten actually. Let's get it for tomorrow. So much easier.
And there you've seen a saga of someone who tries to be that lazy despite them sitting on TikTok live for 18 hours a stream to then go from, I might get these cat litter bin bags today, to then, oh no, I'll get them tomorrow. Putting out every excuse in the book, I'm weak because I've not eaten today. Well, maybe eat, that could be a good thing. I don't think a Froob's gonna fix that. But really, I find all of this quite petty, and there's not any point for her to be really rolling and ahhing about going to get a bin bag for a cat. But it's all too much for her. Maybe this motherhood has gone a bit too far, and people do keep going on about it, and they also keep saying some stupid things like here, but she doesn't help herself.
Because she's going to be in heat for a while, I think. How often do I feed her? I give her food, I give her wet food once a day because she doesn't really eat it all anyway. And then I give her dry food twice a day. And then I change her water 3 times a day.
Why wouldn't she put half the packet in so then she doesn't have to do it again? So that's a bit lazy. But then she also apparently changes the water every 3 days, which from what we're about to see as well, that doesn't seem right. But everything's being talked as if it's a big problem. Like, it's just how you're feeding your own child, essentially.
Yeah, so this is what's the next thing. Because I literally cleaned the litter tray out 2 days ago. So she's just due another clean out, really.
Why not just do it now, you know? But this is the problem with what a lot of people that do cover her do. They go a bit too far. Like, Elphaba hadn't changed their cat litter tray for over 2 days. Well, that's not really a problem. Keep up with it. Every couple of days you clean it out and then you throw it away after about a week. It depends on how good quality the actual litter is. Why are we attacking her on that? Why don't we attack on how she's got 10 morsels of crumbs in the actual litter tray for the cat to piss into in? I think that might be the bigger problem, you know? It might be the bigger problem that it's got fleas. It might be that. It's just, why do people nitpick to the point of where it just gets stupid and it just drowns out how much of the actual conversation that should be addressed towards how bad she is? I just think it's a joke, but I think she's a joke as well. But one thing that I also do have a specific problem with is this.
When am I getting a spade? I will get her spade probably in the new year because she's going to be in heat for a while, I think.
It's a good thing to wait for Spain, it definitely is, but the problem and the weird thing with this is that she has apparently adopted this cat. And now, I don't know if you know about the adoption process, but typically with things like that, because they go for an adoption centre, they are automatically neutered if they aren't, because they don't want to spread loads of other little kittens and cause a massive problem in an actual shelter. So like, how has this come about where the cat isn't spayed? Because it would have been from that environment where it has to be to get in if you have adopted it. So has she done the I've adopted a cat as like a moral grandstanding thing when she actually hasn't, or is there something else at foot here? Because it doesn't make sense, but I do think that she's lying here. Anything that she could do to try and seem one up against other people. Unfortunately, with Elphaba, you can barely read the truth that comes through her lips, such as here where she's talking about this situation with her cat and why she actually likes it.
If I didn't like my cat, I would buy her food, would I? Or lots of toys and lots of food and change her water every 3 days and clean her litter? No. I'm a good parent to her. Leave me alone. Litter is clean! Leave me alone. Stop trying to aggravate me, please, because I do have neurodivergence. It's not okay.
So if you're new to the Elphaba saga, by the way, she lies about having certain ailments such as autism and ADHD. It's not that she might not have them, but she's never got them addressed, and she just cries about them and uses them in any way that she can. So she's got neurodivergence, so she's got to crash out, so stop saying it before she crashes out. Well, unfortunately, there's valid questions to answer. As we've said, it looks like in the gaff with this poor cat. But then there she said she cleans the water every 3 days, and I don't know whether this is a Freudian slip or she is just lying in this one compared to the last, but she said she gets it changed every 3 days. If she changes it every 3 days, her water, that is really bad for the cat and actually quite dangerous. But then I also love how she's like, oh well, if I didn't like the cat, I wouldn't give them food. Yes, I'm sure if you disliked a cat that's under your ownership on TikTok Live in your own home, you would starve it to death. Another thing with Elphaba in the past couple of months here, with her begging for attention, begging for gifts, doing what she can to try and make this social media thing an actual thing for her, even though she's about 40 grand in debt to the tax man. She loves to talk about how much she's struggling, but then you hear her say stuff like this, and you're like, well, what are you on about?
She has ear mites, does she? How can you tell? She looks fine to me. She's got grey hair. Oh, loads of black specks in the ears. Okay, I'll take a look at that. Thank you for telling me.
What? Sorry, what? Oh my god. This isn't the actual bit, but oh, she's got ear mites as well. So she's got fleas and ear mites. This is a great sort of situation to be in with a cat that you have indoors. I don't get how she spawns all of these different scandals around her. Why doesn't she just get a cat looked after if she's buying it and she's bringing it home? No way she's adopted this cat, because how are you going to get it with ear mites, ticks, fleas, everything under the sun? I don't get it.
Can you tell us that? She's doing a checkup anyway. I'm getting her registered in Central. Probably easier. So everything is covered. If I pay like a month for £33, that's worms, fleas, everything. She's registered to a vet here, but the subscription isn't like cheap. So I'm finding a cheap solution. Because when I got her, she's already registered to a vet. She's local.
So my question here is, well, she's just lying about the cat having problems of insurance. She said she'd go and take it to the vet because it wasn't in a good way. So then she doesn't do that. And then she's saying, well, I've got this thing that's £33 a month, but I can't afford to do it. So she's saying that she's registered to a vet, but then how is she registered to a vet if she's got to pay £33 for everything and she hasn't done it yet because it's registered to another vet? And I'm starting to think, is this a TikTok gift sort of thing where she's trying to get attention by saying, well, I can't afford to pay for my cat, so you need to help me? But if you're in money troubles, if you're in serious money troubles, why would you get a cat that depends entirely on you to look after? Especially when clearly you can't look after yourself and you're not looking after the cat, and I feel so sorry for it. And with all of this grimness going on, and the fact that she did keep getting peppered because, well, this isn't a nice situation to bring a cat up in, and it's not something you want to see, especially on TikTok Live, is it? It's borderline animal cruelty. She then ends up going into a massive rant, as you'd expect in prime Elphaba fashion, about how you should look after a cat.
Any mother's watching this, right? Imagine someone telling you to parent your child and you are on live, and then they would report you if you didn't. This is how it feels on my baby right now. No, shut the f*** up with your bullshit right now. I'm getting sick of it. How does no come on, Elphaba.
Of course, comparing an actual child to a cat is not really a perfect equivalence, but it's exactly the point. You are not treating this cat well because it's got mites, it's got certain fleas, it's got loads of problems, it needs defleeing, it needs spaying, everything needs doing for it. I think people are very justly right to point out the fact that, well, oh yeah, there is a problem here and it needs to be sorted, but instead of admitting that she is doing wrong and factually that she is just lazy around this entire situation, not looking after her child, she would rather go and attack everyone else and say you're insulting it like you're saying about a family member or looking after a kid. That's brilliant, isn't it?
It's all an act. Oh, yeah, it's all an act then, isn't it? Yeah.
If you flip it on its head and you're like, well, if she wants to look at it in that way, if this was a child, and you as a mother are sat there on TikTok Live seeing this child not be fed properly, to then not be able to go to the toilet properly, and then also with all of these medical issues that need sorting, and the person is refusing to do it, yeah, you'd call social services, wouldn't you? Like, how does she not see that this is a problem, and that is a reason why people would do something like that? So you've seen all this, you've seen the mistreatment, you've seen that it's not looking good for the cat at all, and we should be feeling sorry for it. And you also know that Elphaba struggles with her own hygiene and that she can't look after herself. Why would she look after a cat? Well, somehow she not only wants to do that, now she wants to be a mother.
I don't know, I've always felt like I could be a mother one day. I just feel, my mum even said this to me, and my mum actually said, you have such like a feminine energy, like a female energy, and I just feel like one day I think I'm gonna have one of my own. I really am.
Good luck to that child if anyone does end up being born out of all of this. I didn't really realise that there's a feminine energy that's needed for someone to look after a child and be a mother or a father to them, but that's something new that I have taken in from her. And that's the thing with all of these videos, we do end up learning and we do end up growing as people from it. I just hope to God that it never happens, because it's not going to be a great upbringing from him. And considering she can't look after her own cat, that does sum it up, doesn't it? And it ends up in another crash out. As I said, some of the things fictitious, but there is some serious issues there, and I find it very arrogant from her that she just refused to sort them out immediately. Like, if your cat's got mites, if your cat's got fleas, why wouldn't you sort that out absolutely straight away? Because you care about that cat. But no, everyone's in the wrong, I'm right, and I'm gonna crash out from it.
No, my cat's right next to me. That helps me. She's right next to me. I think people want to take her away from me. She's my baby.
I mean, it is distressing. It's always distressing to see someone crying, but it's the actual consequences of her actions for the millionth and 10th time. If you're going to get a cat, not look after it, and then get really annoyed when you think that something might be going on that might make it hard for you to not have that cat, such as someone calling social services for the cat realm, maybe you should swing into action. Maybe you should swing into action and sort it out. And she hasn't, and we know that she hasn't. So this is a justified crash out. And I mean, she's only had the cat for a week. Why is she acting like she's losing a family member? Like, everyone's telling her that this isn't right, and yet she's like this, cleaning out a litter tray, acting like it's the worst thing in the world that she has to do it. Simple fact of the matter, maybe don't get something if you're not able to look after it. It's quite a basic fact. As someone who is a cat man, I see something like this and it really makes my blood boil. But with trials and tribulations then end up coming with some beauty and some amazement, because now we're going on to the Elphaba Wicked premiere drama, which is another scandal that she's doing, and it's just hilarious, everything here. So if you didn't know, Elphaba is actually Elphaba in name, in that she's had a name change to be like the Wicked character. And one of her favourite things that she does on TikTok Live is she goes on and then she dresses up in green with a Wicked hat on and she sings Defying Gravity. It's kind of a terrible gimmick, innit? But unfortunately she lives in London, and there was a London Wicked premiere with Ariana Grande there, and obviously she's gonna show up for it, and this stuff around this is hilarious because she's acting like everyone knows her and everyone wants to speak to her because she's dressed in green. But immediately she already got her confidence smashed when she was on the way to the venue and she gets confronted.
I can't believe I'm doing this in public. This is kind of iconic. Like, you have to give me credit for this. You can't deny it. Like There are people over there, like, they don't even care. My hair looks really good today as well. I'm having a good hair day as well.
Having a good everyday day there. I mean, green face is the new, it's just a new thing in town. I will just never get over the hilarity of this, especially that she's in public wearing all of this stuff and everyone else that she's gone with is dressed normally. Like, there's a time and a place and it has to be the Wicked premiere, and she just wants to be noticed, essentially. That's all she wants from this interaction, is why she's dressed up like this. So yeah, she's having a good everything day.
I just had someone be transphobic to me. That was really fun. Hi. Perfect. I'm green. And I'm ready for it.
Like, this is an instance where I do actually feel very sorry for her. I don't think anyone should attack her in a transphobic sense, because it takes away from the actual actions of what she does. She's a scammer, she's a liar, she's a beggar, and she's someone who doesn't look after her own cat. So she's horrible. But apart from her at the start of this entire, like, influencer lifestyle, her saying that she wanted transition money and then she got gifts for it and then spending it on Gucci bags, apart from that, there is nothing really that she's used in a way that should make people want to be transphobic to her. Yes, she used it as a shield, so then why would people attack it? Attack her on a character, not what she is as a person.
It's happened to me. Someone called me Orion, so I traumatized daughter. You should not be letting your children watch my live streams. If I trigger you, that's your responsibility as a parent. You shouldn't be coming up to me in real life and recording me and harassing me and calling me Orion. That's literally a hate crime. You literally, what you did is recorded me. You called me Orion, and you literally recorded a hate crime that you committed just now. So I'm reporting you.
To be fair, in this instance, she isn't wrong, but also the way she went about it there is hilarious. The person was saying to her that her kids watch her live stream and they don't like that. And well, Elphaba's got a very long career of saying that she's an 18 plus streamer, but then also she doesn't put any tags on that, and she comes out with some of the worst things that you can hear in your life. And unfortunately, when you make yourself accessible on the internet and you say that you're an 18 plus streamer, but then you don't do it, that comes across as you wanting the people to come to you that are at that age. And realistically, the only people who are going to be supporting Elphaba at this point are people who are young or who are very, very naive or not right in the head, to be honest. They both definitely went about it the wrong way, but I just find it hilarious that she's like, well, don't make them watch then. Well, it's really easy to do for a child, isn't it? Maybe clean your litter tray. But in a great sense of life from this, as she got there and as she ended up going through the experience, she actually ended up apparently speaking to the director of the Wicked show and also getting photos taken of her.
Hundreds and hundreds of people that come up to me for a photo. It's crazy. I can't even believe it myself. I had to come inside. It's become a security issue. It's actually become a security issue.
There she is, bigging herself up once again. She's become a security issue because she is just way too into it and everyone knows who she is. It's like, oh my god, you're Elphaba the Wicked Witch. That's literally you. Why are you 6'5"? I'm sure she's had hundreds of photos taken of her. She always does when she goes out because everyone loves her and she's the best person to be around in the world.
Yeah, so, you know, that happened. There's a lot of big famous people here who are recognising me. I do have goosebumps. I haven't cried. My nose has been running. I've come in because there's a lot of people out there. Trans rights.
I'm not sure what trans rights has anything to do with this situation, but oh my god, she's been recognised by so many famous people. Why does she always get into this? Why have I never had this interaction with anyone? I think what you're all probably screaming at your screen right now is saying, well, she got recognised as the thing. She was the Wicked Witch. And yeah, you're probably right. That's the only reason why she has been recognised, but we'll let her know that she's Elphaba. Because yeah, I just clocked it as well. It will be people shouting Elphaba at her, and she'd have taken it as, oh my god, that's me. It's not the fact that you're dressed up as the f***ing witch.
Paparazzi. I'm literally wearing people. There are famous people in here walking out. I'm like, well, yeah, you know what I mean. I just got paparazzi'd, looking like this. No.
Probably got papped because she's missing every bit of green on her nose, and they're probably like, who the fuck is this baghead in green that has snorted all of the green paint off of themselves? To be honest, I'd be taking photos as well. I don't think it'd be a paparazzi scene though, to be honest.
The director of Wicked said my name and spoke to me. I'm going to try and find the footage. Ariana's waved at me. I didn't see Cynthia Erivo.
because obviously they have the cars. A lot of influencers looked at me.
A lot of influencers looked at me. Well, yeah, it's just in the middle of a sea of normal people, some massive 6'5" green thing in the back with dressed in full black. Obviously, influencers are gonna look at you because they're like, what the f? And I know that I am right as well in that, the director recognised me and said my name. Yeah, he said Elphaba, because aren't you dressed as Elphaba the witch? Do you know from the whole movie that the director's actually, premiering right now tonight? Obviously they're going to know that, but I don't believe her that she's spoken to the director. But if she has, they're not recognised her. And I'm sorry to say, Ariana Grande is doing anything but waiting for her at the beckoning call.
Is this a dream? Am I living a dream? I'm living a dream. I'm actually living a dream. I can't actually tell you. I made an impact, like singing that song. Where's the cease and desist now, darling? It actually happens when you're famous. Like people, like they lie about you. They so lie. Oh my god, there's like so many celebrities just coming in. I'm in a really fancy hotel right now.
Well, we'll see about that cease and desist because coming up, she does get a bit of an ego check after this. But genuinely, how far up your own arse do you have to be dressed up as, Elphaba the Witch and go to an Elphaba the Witch premiere and think that people are actually recognising yourself as Elphaba Orion Doherty and not as Elphaba the Witch? I genuinely don't know what type of mental gymnastics you have to do to put yourself in that position.
If this is just normal. But I said I love you, Orion, and she waved at me. That was lovely.
Do you not think she might be in the middle of a crowd waving at an entire crowd and you saying I love you has nothing to do with that? But what a memorable experience, and genuinely what a massive Lolcow experience. I can't believe that she thinks this way. But yeah, you know that she just said, well, I was saying I love you to Ariana. Yeah, it feels a tiny bit more than that. It seems a little bit crazy if I'm honest, because we've got the footage.
Like this is... No, same. I saw her. I can't. Ariana, that she waved at me.
Did she?
Yeah, I can't actually process that.
Wait, were you actually in there? Was that the group?
No. So I basically like stood up on a barricade, and then she saw my hat and she went,
"Oh my god!"
Did she do that? I don't think she did do that. To me, in this video where she proves it, I mean, she's just waving at an entire crowd. I mean, she might have waved at you, but she was probably just caught in the firing line of an actual wave. But everyone, of course, thinks and knows that Elphaba was being waved at by Ariana Grande. And as she said, she was literally waiting for her in the hotel, right? Ariana was sat there. She knew about that big green thing in the corner, and she wanted to go and meet them. And she was just waiting for Elphaba to finish alive so it could go on. Genuinely, how delusional do you have to be? And for some reason as well, we even had a weird moment where we had two Lolcows that came up together because Elphaba was out and there was a certain dinner guy that showed up and it's just so awkward.
oh, look at this. Oh my god, hello. What's happening? What the hell?
He saw that she was doing her usual just chatting and being on TikTok live for the entire day, and he ran. But if you don't know who that is Bevo, who is someone who I've covered before. He's another Lolcow. Basically, he got famous at eating dinner in a terrible, horrible way, and then somehow he managed to get an entire OF career out of that, and it's all turned into shambles, and now he's in debt, and he's in debt to his ex-OF girlfriend. What a great match. I'm sure him and Elphaba can get on something like he wants, and they can have a brilliant time. That is just so stupid. But do you know how I said about how she might be having a bit of troubles? What is this cease and desist now, as she said? Well, it turns out there might actually be one. Because no matter how many times people have mentioned it and she said that hasn't happened, on a live stream a couple of days ago, she kind of said that. And if you're asking what the cease and desist is about, well, it's about her singing Defying Gravity on live all the time, and it's putting down the brand image of Wicked. So yeah, despite all of this, I think they want him to stop.
And Wicked has told so many lies about me. I just wish Wicked could just see that I've only ever been a fan. I'm not a stalker. I'm not an obsessed. I am obsessed with her, but in a good way, not a bad way.
Even when breaking down, she can't hide from the fact that she is obsessed. Maybe the least surprising thing of all time, I mean, she does literally have her name changed to Elphaba to take on the Wicked Witch. But how mental is it that she's here saying that Wicked see her as a stalker? Well, that's really what it is if you make your entire life about it and you go go online and you go to an event and pretend that everyone knows you, that does seem a bit stalkery, doesn't it?
It's a special interest. I get so excited when I hear Wicked. I get so happy. It makes me happy. It makes me happy and it makes me smile and it keeps me bright and it keeps me healthy and it helps. And it's my dream to be in it one day. You know, that's never going to happen.
Really? Are you sure that it never will happen, Elphaba? I've got a good feeling that it might. At the end of the day, they only really see you as a stalker, so the only way's up, really. Saying as well it's your special interest because she's lying about autism again and saying that, yeah, it's the special interest. No, that's not a special interest. That is a literal obsession when you change your name to that thing. But I'm surprised with the amount of just tripe that gets put on social media from her. She would really think that she's got a position there to begin with.
I just want to keep going and just keep singing. Even though the whole of the world is against me. What's the point in not trying? Even though it's not going to happen at all. What's the point in not training for it?
There's probably no point in training for this thing because it's not going to happen. Yeah, as you say. Like, does she genuinely, seriously, in her own mind, think that she's going to be able to go to the West End and perform as Elphaba the Wicked Witch when the literal play and the literal... Sorry, I just can't. It's just the actual people are saying that she is somewhat of a stalker. How does she not see this in herself? How does she not think that, well, yeah, that might be my link gone?
I mean, it's been a dream since I was a child, when I was little myself. When I was a bubba, when I was 8, I discovered Wicked. Wicked helped me through being bullied in school. Elphaba helped me through a lot. The character, her fireness, her fieriness, her passion, her anger, her internalization of how she got all that hate, and she just keeps going and keeps being her.
So what you're saying is that your entire life is personifying and emulating being a character in a film. And to be honest, that's the truth and that's the case. I'm really sorry for her because that does not sound like a healthy obsession that someone can live with. It's awful being bullied and I'm glad that she's had the help that she desires and wants from it. But I just don't get it. I don't get why she goes on these sad rants where she's crying to social media, apart from the idea that she might get a bit of money from it.
It's your life, your path. You have the power to change. I know it's not reality. It's all by God's help.
But if you're in this situation and you are having a crash out, turn off the live and go off. And that's what we always talk about her, because she refuses to do that because I think it is a way to try and get attention and money. But also what baffles me is that she knows that this stuff happens. And if this cease and desist has happened, it is something which really should, for her, be a point where she looks at herself, assesses it, and moves on in what way she can, which is turning off the live and actually trying to work for the dream. But she thinks because she can get 700 people on a TikTok live with about 500 of them being haters, that she needs to keep going on with this because it's her life choice, her career choice, and it's the only thing that can push her into that stratosphere. In this Wicked event as well, there was noted one moment where someone went up to Ariana Grande and tried to get their attention. It's someone who's done it before. And Elphaba has responded to this, and I don't know why she's not taking any parallels from it.
Orion was attacked in Singapore. It's crazy. It's that they weren't a real fan. It's disgusting how people can think they can just touch her without consent. It's just vile.
Like, how does she genuinely not see the ignorance in what she's doing? Yeah, you're not a real fan if you do that. But then also, it is true that you did this. Seeing you climb a barricade dressed as a witch, screaming mother, probably terrified her too. You claim to be a real fan, but couldn't even be bothered to queue up for a wristband the day before. Because yeah, if she wanted to get into that, you had to go and get a wristband. And she didn't, but she managed to get in because she did that. And it's like they're seeing you as a stalker. Maybe don't do all of these things and expect a different outcome from it, because it's not seeming like a real fan to do that.
It was horrible. She looked terrified. Someone said something, don't be so ridiculous. You know how people come out to me for photos? I wouldn't ever do that to a Hollywood star. No, don't be so ridiculous. Come on. So I know what it's like to go through that process of like being touched without my consent. I know that feeling. It's horrible.
I am sorry she's had to deal with that, and I know that she will have had that before. But like, what? Why is this a relevance thing? Why does she always feel that she's got to bring relevance to the table? Like, I know what it's like to be a Hollywood star and have people touching me without my consent all the time. No, you don't, Elphaba. You don't know this life. There's no need to compare this situation to your own.
I know what it's like to have a phone in your face. It's not nice. So no, I won't put her through that. That's a absolutely not. It wouldn't even cross my mind. I have genuine admiration for her and respect. When Ariana looked at me and the crowd, I was green and I was just looking over a fence and I was like, hi. It wasn't like, I love you. It was like, hi. Like, hi, Ariana. And that's it.
I don't think it was exactly like that, to be honest. I think it was a bit more brutal. But that shows that she's a real fan. She didn't get the wristband for the thing, and then she jumped over a barrier and screamed, Ariana, hi. That shows that you're a real fan. If you don't do that, you might as well just disappear and pretend that you don't exist. It's just not about her. There's nothing to do with her, but she somehow manages to wean herself into the conversation. And that's the end of that situation, but there's obviously way much more terribleness to come. Initially, around mental health. So Elphaba has struggled with mental health. That's very definitely obvious, and I feel sorry for her for that, apart from the idea that she never helps herself. And unfortunately, it all came to a head with all the drama and accusations from her with everything, that she ended up doing one of the most terrible things that she's done once again, where she got on TikTok Live, she brandished a knife, and she had a full crash out. She put it to her neck. Yeah, it's one of those. And obviously, not going to show it. You don't need to know how horrible this is, especially when you have such a younger audience. It's embarrassing, really. And the crash outs are equally as ridiculous.
It's been blocked. It's been blocked. I'm not going to mention it. I feel sick. I hate our human race. I hate it. I hate people so much. I really just... We're all a cancer. We are all a virus to this world.
I just don't get it from her. Like, she's gone and done that, and then she's having a crash out because of it. Why is she calling it out like this? Are we going back to the old adage of, well, she could just turn off the live and disappear? Yeah, we could do that very easily, but she won't. Stating that everything's a cancer as well is something that she actually apologised for afterwards, mind you.
Destroy it eventually, and we're going to find out what a nuclear will feel like anyway. So, and the only good thing in this world is animals. They're the only good thing in this world right now. And trees and animals and pure sweethearts.
So like I said, she's gone, brandished this thing to her neck, and like, it's really insensitive, and then it turns out to be everyone else's fault. It's your fault that I have got myself into this situation. Obviously not true. We're not going to ring around in circles around this. I just find it immensely stupid that it's happened once again. The first time it happened, she said she's getting help, she's going to be a better person from it, and did that happen? Of course it didn't. And now this is like the third time in a year that she's done this, and it's not getting any better. Sort yourself out. Go get help, Elphaba. I do think that Elphaba has some form, whether or not she likes it or not, of Munchausen, where she will talk about her issues and all of the problems straight from Google search. Like, genuinely, I'm not joking. Every single thing that she puts on, I swear down, you could just list it off on Google. And the best thing that she does with it all is she really does project it. Like here, where she's asking for help from her young fans around antidepressants, which I don't think is the best way to go.
The antidepressants have made me put weight on, and I'm not a fan of it. So I might change my antidepressants. What's a really good antidepressant like that stops the weight gain? And because I don't like this at all. Like, what makes me lose weight? Like, I want to lose lots of weight.
Probably what helps is something called a diet. I don't know if you've heard of one, but they do help. And of course, I've been on antidepressants. I've had these exact sort of scenarios happen to me, and it's fine. It's just something that you have to deal with. But for us to say, what's the best antidepressant? I don't know. Maybe ask your doctor. I don't know what's going to help you. Why does anyone else know that's going to help you? I don't know why she's brought this up to everyone as some sort of like quick fix. But I'm definitely certain you're not going to get this from a TikTok live stream.
Yeah, no, it makes me gain weight as well. I think I might just go to 150. 100's not really helping. I mean, it does, but like, because I'm on 100 mg now, so they've moved up my dose, and I am noticing changes in it. You can't just do what you want. No, I know.
So let me get this right. She's been on this medication for about a month now, and she's already noticing gaining a lot of weight. Well, maybe that's something to speak to the doctor. As she said, might go up, I might go up again. What are you on about? You're saying it's working and it helps, but it doesn't help, so you're going to go up, and then if you want to stop gaining weight, you want to go up in dose, which will make it harder for you to come off it. Like, surely she's Googled this. I don't know why she goes on these rants, apart from just sympathy from other people, because in this live, which I'm not showing you half of it. She just keeps talking to people and saying, oh, you're on it, I'm on it too. Yeah, I know, it's a big circle jerk. But not only that, she's asking for help. She's not even doing it herself.
Withdrawals are horrific. I haven't been on them for 2 days and I'm getting withdrawals already. Like, it's not nice. I don't really like it. That's literally why I'm waiting. I'm not like having bad withdrawals, but like I'm getting diarrhea and it's not fun. A bit of TMI, but I'm just telling the girls how it is. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm like one of those people that's just too open. So if you don't like that, girl, I'm sorry.
Well, I'm glad that I know that you're leaking out your arse, Elphaba. That's a great thing to hear. But then again, she's done it to herself there. I've not taken them in 2 days. They're not really helping. I've gone up in dose. So you've gone up in dose, but then you're not taking them, so you're not up in dose, are you? You're then having withdrawal symptoms, which do include things like overeating. That is something that I had. And you're complaining about all of these issues, which are genuinely from yourself. You're the one who stopped taking it. You're the one who's complaining about all of the issues from it. Just accept that you're not doing it right. And I don't know why she just expects, like in life with everything she does, for it to just be a quick fix. She can go on a rampage and then just say sorry in a monotone voice, and that'll do. She'll go and get on something to help with her mental health, and then she will do anything which will help that. You know, like these sort of things, they are really effective if they work, and if they don't work, what you don't do is just stop immediately, because that's how you end up having crash outs. But there has always been this problem with Elphaba, and currently with the sertraline stuff and all of the antidepressant things that she's been going on about. Because everyone's been saying since day one, has she not just bought them from like a random like online thing? And I'm starting to feel like she has, because the way that she explains things, it just sounds like yet another lie from her.
That's literally the one. So what I do, because I've had a big box for ages, so my doctor isn't giving me 100 mg, they're giving me 50, but I'm taking 2. That's what they're doing. So I'm taking 2. So basically, one pill is 50. So I'm literally having 2 each time.
Quick massive Elphaba. I'm glad that we're learning here. 50 plus 50 is 100. I can't believe this. Can you? She started taking this stuff over a month ago. So why does she have a big box when an actual doctor will only give you 4 weeks worth? So how she had a big box for ages? Yeah, they can double up your dose by just giving you an extra pill, and if you've got spare ones, that's cool. But you don't really work like that. That's not how the system works in the UK. It just makes no sense.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what I'm literally having. So I ran out of my 50 mg. So now I've got to get my fresh prescription, which is today. I was on 100 and never had withdrawals until 6 days after I stopped, so it should be fine. Oh, okay. Thank God. Okay, I should be fine then. Because I'm a bit scared. I don't know what withdrawals feel like. So,
as you know, the withdrawals didn't end up being good. She ended up having a sloppy poo. So what? She got given 2 months worth, even though that's not how a doctor would do it, especially with SSRIs. And then she suddenly ran out. She was getting a prescription that day, and then 2 days later, she's on talking about withdrawals. It's just a calamity from her own actions once again. It's just constant pattern spotting of just how terrible she can be, and how much she just lies on the internet for attention. And whenever it comes back to her, it's never her fault. It's either to do with the actual people that are attacking her, or in this case, her mental health.
But you use ADHD and autism as an excuse. It's not an excuse, it's actually just it's an explanation of I get the way you are, but it's not okay to say that. That's what I say. So like, if someone was to say to me, oh yeah, you said this, Alpha, but that's wrong, and I was to explain myself, like, yeah, I'm sorry that I did, I can come across quite blunt, unfortunately, and I can offend people, and I'm sorry in that way. That's due to my, autism, etc. But then I don't like it when someone says, well, you're using that as an excuse, but actually I'm using it as an explanation to show to you, no, but this is how my brain works, and I'm sorry about that, and I do see the wrong, and I'm sorry, and I won't do that again. Just please see that this is how my brain can come across.
And the big problem with what she's said throughout that entirety of the bit is she's given up 2 different things, ADHD and autism. One, she doesn't have, and the other one, let me think, she doesn't have. Or she's never been tested for it, even though she's lied before and said that she'd been tested for both of them loads. And that explains all of her actions. There's stuff that she has not got tested for, and she doesn't know if she has or not. So essentially, the explanation as to why she can come across terribly is because of something that she potentially might have. I've got ADHD, so would I take that in a way of, well, well, yeah, it does explain some things, but it doesn't account for your actions. Your actions are still your actions, and whether you like it or not, you still need to be apologetic and fully understand you have caused these problems. But that's what's problem with Elphaba. It's that she doesn't do that. It is purely just an excuse from her.
Future reference. So if I come more blunt, please know how to approach me. If you don't, it's okay. That's narcissism. No, it's not narcissism. It's an explanation of, here's the misunderstanding, and this is why I did it. A future reference, this is what could happen, and this is how my brain works for next time.
How many next times are there going to be, though, Elphaba? It's not like this is just one issue that has caused her to be like this. It's hundreds and hundreds of issues amalgamated over the course of months and years. So I would understand, I would feel empathetic, and I would get her if she was going to get better from it, but she doesn't. And what she will exactly revert to, like she's doing here, is, well, for next time, just understand I did that because of my autism and ADHD that I don't have. You see how the entire thing is just ridiculous?
We shouldn't have to correct you, but that's a problem. If you have more of an if you have more of an intelligence than me, then you will see the wrongs. When I don't actually see the wrongs I do, because it's a problem with me. I don't see the wrong. I can come across very impulsive, so I don't know when I'm doing something wrong, because it just goes straight away.
I'm glad at least she's just openly admitting that she's stupid there, bless her. But realistically, intelligence has nothing to do with it, right? I have ADHD, and there are certain things and actions that I do that are related to that, and that makes sense, but it's not an excuse for doing that action, is it? I work off impulse all the time, but do I have a great understanding of ethics and moral decency? Yes, I've got that as well, so I'm able to be empathetic. It's an emotional intelligence thing, something that she really doesn't have, because I do think she is narcissistic with what she does.
Overstimulation can happen to me quite quickly, so I can get really overstimulated. I can get sensory overloads. I can get that a lot. I can get palpitations. I can get really ill from it. I can my hearing gets so amped up when I get really overwhelmed that I just seriously have to go to a dark room, and I just have to chill out because I can't deal with it. I go into a sensory overload meltdown. Then I get upset while I'm melting down in front of people, because that's embarrassing. Then I go into a meltdown, and I just go crazy. Then I don't want to go into it, because it's just, I'm sorry, I don't want to talk about it anymore. It's just stressing me out.
Are you guys not hearing what I'm hearing? Because what I'm hearing here is, at that point, you should turn off the live. There we go. Once again, hit the red buzzer. If things like this overstimulate you and bring you to a point, maybe this is not the career path for you as well. You should probably move on to something else that's more fruitful. But like with when she brandished the knife to a certain part of her body, it's another thing where it's like, well, yeah, but that doesn't excuse it, did it? You still did that thing. And whether or not your ears were ringing from your autism that is a fantasy or not, it's not my thing to say, but what I can say is what you did and how it's bad.
But I don't even know I do it. That's the thing. I don't actually know I do it, because it's weird, because I don't know I actually do it, but I do it. It's no weird. Anxiety. Yeah. Well, I think anxiety can be down to a lot of other things as well. That's the thing. We're not doctors here. I'm on the waiting list. That's it. Okay.
She's been on the waiting list for about 4 years now, and I know that it can take a bit long, but she also said she's going private for it. So, I mean, what's she doing here? All I got from that entire thing there was just excuses to the actions of what she does. But I do think it's definitely true that she does work on impulse, and that can feed into everything from just the way that she acts on live to then also the way that she begs. Because as I said, now she's got this cat, it's a bit of a struggle for her because she's got to deal with it all. And then on top of that, she can't afford food past 3 days. Hint, hint.
I should be fine for 3 days. After that, I think it's time for Pokemon cards. But I think electricity is my priority right now, because holy shit. Scary! Anyway.
So you have 3 days left of food, you're really struggling with electricity, and you're just about to get a cat, yet your actual priority is Pokemon cards. Okay, right, okay, Elphaba. Who needs a meal when you could just eat a bit of cardboard, eh? And actually, Elphaba, I've got a couple up there. I've got a couple down there that you can't even see. I would happily give you some cards if you come over to my house, so we could have a nice long conversation about how you are such a terrible person.
So sell them. Sell my perfumes. They've been used. Why don't anyone buy those? Pokemon cards are more likely to get sold than cheap perfume. No, yeah, the price is cheap, but the quality always will. No, it's very good, to be fair. I can't even deny it to you. Like, I thought Rich was a mindset. Yeah, I'm rich. It's very hard right now to have that mindset. I can't lie to you, but I'm rich.
Well, if you're not rich, I don't think you can be bragging about it, can you? But also, what is she on about? Talking about how Pokemon cards are good to resell. Maybe you just need to actually go get a job. That could help. I mean, you must be struggling on social media if this is your beckoning call and you can't really afford electricity. And I'll just never get over her. I'll never get over the idea that she thinks that, well, I only got 3 days of food and I'm really struggling with electricity, but Pokemon cards will do.
Oh my god, stop telling me to sell things. I am a human, you know. I will go crazy if I don't have a TV. I actually will go nuts. I have to have a TV. Stop telling me to f***ing up. Won't you sell your TV then? Piss off.
Well, I'm not selling my TV because I don't need to sell it because I'm in a good financial position. Like, why is it everyone else's fault? Why is it? You go sell your TV. Well, people are trying to actually, like, genuinely give her solutions to if she's in a struggling financial position. She can't be that bad, or she'd have sold the TV ages ago.
God, there are people on this app that get more money for doing nothing. Be honest. How are you not freaking out how you have spell on your special interest? Well, this is my special interest, but I'm not as attached to them as much as I used to be, though, that's the thing. There's certain cards in here that I'm okay with selling that I don't actually need, but the Mews are never leaving my collection. The Mews are... Mew is Mew.
Once again, she can't be struggling that bad if she can afford to only sell a couple of her Pokemon cards to live. But no, her autism special interest, which I'm sure if anyone who is autistic is watching this, it quite really hits the nail on the head in really annoying you, doesn't it? But my autism has to be mentioned at every single corner because that explains everything that I'm going on about, doesn't it? So yeah, terrible financial situation, only 3 days of food, no electricity, she's getting a cat straight after talking about this. And not only that, she got her nails done.
Anyway, do you like my nails? You don't like them? Well, I love them. They're toenail sizes. I know, yeah, my fingers are quite big, yeah. They're so wide. Yeah, I have big nails.
Unfortunately, she got very sorry about that and started crying, which, I mean, if people don't like her new nails, that's not anyone else but her. She should be loving her own stuff. But why, when you're financially struggling and you're saying that you don't feel good at all in your situation, do you go out and pay for new nails? It's literally that meme that you see on Twitter where someone has spent 50 million on candles and he's asking, I need financial help. Maybe the financial help is staring at her right in the face and saying, please listen to me, I need help myself. One of the things that Elphaba has consistently done to her younger viewers is shown them how she loves a bit of bugger sugar. She's said that she's never done it. She's also said that she has done it. She's said that she's now sober from it. And unfortunately, she fell back into the same thing, where because all of her stuff is on live, they managed to see a clip of her online where she might potentially be sorting out, something up there, breaking her streak of what she said, and it led to a crash out. But in a very weird twist, the way that she says that it didn't happen is quite hilarious.
Last night I had a drink. People thought I did more than that. I haven't. That was mascara. I was helping a girl do her makeup, and she's my new friend now. She's from America. She's really beautiful, by the way. We were going out to a bar, and what you saw was mascara, and it was Fenty Beauty that I had, and I was doing her eyeliner and her mascara. I wasn't doing anything else. Yes, I did touch my nose because I have long nails, and I don't know how to I pick my nose and my nails now. It's very difficult to do because I have claws and I'm not used to it.
You can only really laugh at that, can't you? I don't know how to pick my nose anymore. This may be the most tragic thing that I have ever heard on social media. Everyone drop your buckets, look around, let's really get together and wonder how the does she pick her nose again? What a problem when she's spending money on all of this stuff for it to actually be a hindrance to her. But I don't know. For me, I don't think that mascara is typically white, but I could be wrong. But what a hilarious excuse to people saying that you're doing certain stuff which you have done loads of times before. It's actually purely because you just wanted to pick your nose. I don't know if I believe her or not. I don't know if I'm ever going to believe her or not on anything she says. I just find that hilarious. But what we'll never take away from Elphaba Orion Doherty is that she is permanently famous, and that will never leave. But for some reason, throughout all of these dramas and scandals in the past, it has left her to lose all of her Hollywood connections. You know, the Z-listers that once took a photo with someone in Hollywood, them sort of people, they're all gone from her life, and in a reflective moment, she has to think about it.
Yeah, it is crazy. It's amazing that how that can literally be your income and it can just go like that. It's crazy. I had so many connections on there as well. I had so many Hollywood connections on that account as well. I had people who follow me in LA and things like that. It was
Oh my god, it was not good. Like Jacob Sartorius, Kayla, all these people. I have to be really good now, otherwise I will just keep getting blown away.
Well, as you've seen from this entire video so far, she's still been good, so she's on the way back to the Hollywood stardom. I don't know if I'd call a couple of influencers, you know, Hollywood. If that's the only people that you know from your account that got banned, I think you've got a far bit to go before you get there. But also, it's not like she was doing a million different things and then she got banned and that's left her to that. Like, they were probably following her because they thought, Jesus Christ, what is going on TikTok Live in the UK? But also, it's not a stable income, is it? Nothing of what you're doing is a stable income, and that can go like that, and it can go like that because you have terrible actions and consequences. It's the same with me on YouTube. If I don't upload too much at one point, I end up not having as much money, and that's just typically on yourself to sort out. But the difference is you are unsortable in this situation because of the amount of scandal that has been tarnished on your reputation. It has now left you in a position where you are struggling, and I'm sorry that that's happening, but can she not see for the life of her all of this has led up to it? She literally brandished a certain object to her throat about a week ago, so how can she be coming out and doing this and being like, so like, oh my god, it's just such a shame, you created this?
How many views is on my recent video? Oh, that's bad. That is bad. That is terribly bad.
But it's such a shame she's lost all of that, and in yet another reflective moment, she tends to actually expose herself by talking about her certain meltdowns and how they might actually be for attention, which really does go against absolutely everything of what she said, by the way.
I just want to give everyone a hug and just say sorry at the end of the day. I just want to not ever do that again. And I'm sorry, this looks fake. I really am. The hate is valid. I'm not gonna lie. The hate that you give me is valid in some aspects. So I just want to do better at the end of the day. You all don't know me, right? And it's like you see what you see online, and it isn't. And the bad is a highlighted one, unfortunately. It's not even worth the money. It's not.
Well, if it's not worth the money, why are you doing it then? Why don't you go off like you have been saying for about 2 years? It's not good for you. It's clearly not good for you. All of this just comes up into one thing. You know full well, you said that you do it for attention sometimes. It's a terrible way to be on social media, and it's not going to help you in any form at all.
And I'm going to be honest with you, a lot of my meltdowns weren't to do with that money seeking. It was more attention seeking than anything. It was a cry out for help. It was just someone to calm me down and just be like, it's okay, I'm here for you. Everything's going to be okay. Like what my mum does. I don't know why I expect people to act like my mum for me. That's weird, but maybe it's a coping mechanism. You know, just have someone there for me, because yeah, it's just crazy.
I seriously, genuinely cannot believe that she's just there, gone, and admitted that the majority of what she does is for attention. In a reflective moment from her, but it also highlights all of the problems and scandals of what she does is not only because she knows that it's going to get attention, but now I'm thinking she knows it's wrong. She knows what she's doing is scandalous, and she knows that it is an attention-seeking thing that causes so many problems, and it also very, very disrespectful to anyone who's suffering with any sort of ailments of what she talks about. And it totally discredits what we saw about 2 or 3 times ago, where she's explaining how, well, this sort of stuff is because of my conditions. It's not because of your conditions then, is it? It's because of your attention seeking. That's what you state. With Elphaba, it's a cycle that just keeps looping, and it's so grim to see. I think we all just want her to get off TikTok Live and become the better person that she wants to be, but instead what she will do is she'll sit on live and she'll cause so many scandals and get into so much drama and trouble, and then she tries to crawl herself out of it, and it's all for money. And could you imagine if you are in that situation, how you would even react to understanding that that is your life now, and how do you get out of it? I don't know, and I don't think she would know either. I wanted to get better, I wanted to have help, but it's not coming anytime soon as she keeps recycling the same thing again and again for attention. But of course, I'll be back to see even more scandal from her. So if you enjoyed this vid, please do hit the like button and subscribe if you know. I've been Jake Baz, and I'll see you all later. Take care.